My name is Turk, and welcome my friends back to the Grouch Couch. Welcome to Improv Quest. This is the Season 2 premiere of Improv Quest. We've got a lovely guest that's joining us tonight, finally. And also, we're going to have some shenanigans and some fun tonight. That's right, it's going to be a lot of dang old fun. You know what? But before we get into all that stuff, why don't we say hello to our lovely performers and friends and characters for tonight, all right? Say hello to the lads. Say hello, lad.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, lad.
Here in a circle, of course, and we're going to introduce ourselves. And if you guys could, please introduce your character as if no one had ever seen the show or know about your character at all, ever, because the show, of course, is episodic. And we're going to start with our lovely guest for tonight without any other further introduction. It's Bones. It's Little Bones 309. Hi, hello. How are you?
Hi, that's me. I'm Little Bones 309. I'm your favorite indie gamer here on Twitch, and I do other things across the internet, like run a bunch of games. And I will be playing on this good evening Juna, a ranger of sorts, who has a quest, in fact, but that's me.
Hi, I'm Children of Proteus. I make comic books about fish people. You know me. You know me, my beautiful baby boos. Hi, hello. But I'm back with an old favorite, Violet Femms, a tiefling paladin. She's just sweet as can be. She just likes helping out with people in need. She's just cute as a button, but she'll smite you into the next life. You know, it's just the way of vengeance.
And I think that's everybody. Oh, wait. Slade. Hi, Slade. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, no, I guess I'm just here. Big Jim Slade, as if folks know, and you know where I normally am as well, besides here. Tonight, I'll be playing a new character for Improv Quest, Dumford, who's a dwarf wild sorcerer who has issues and, kind of some weird shit happens to him on the random. It's just how it works.
And me! I've been here the whole time. Before we get into the show, look, this is Season 2. Very exciting stuff. Our last player of tonight, of course, is you, Chat. Hello, Chat. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being here. You guys, my friends, get to influence the show as we play by using commands like re-rolling dice and other kinds of shenanigans, but also you can throw out suggestions by using the suggestion command. It costs you 1 single point to do so. And if you throw out as many or as much suggestions as you possibly want to, and these guys and me on our turn can use those suggestions in our prompts of story, okay? And if we do that, then you get an entry for our giveaway. And the show's kind of fun. It really is. And if this is your first time viewing, here's how it works. You guys ready? It's rules time. Improv Quest plays out in scenes. One scene is a round of initiative and ends when the last player takes their turn. At the top of the scene, the Tavern Runner will have all the players roll initiative to determine turn order. Then they will roll in the improv game try to determine that scene's game. The Tavern Runner then describes the general overview, and then each player takes their turn. They can add 3 things up to the scene, they can take an action, and they can react to what the heck is going on, all right? We call it react, add, action. That's how the players take their turns here on our show. I feel like I needed to do that because it's the brand new season, so there's the rules. Yes.
The closed captioning app gave up about a third of the way through and said, fuck it.
All right, so if you guys got here early enough, you know that you got to vote on our starting location, and the location that won was the flooded catacombs. And we have a quest tonight. We allow our guests, our lovely guests, to give us a quest idea, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that after our intro. I do want to say I plan to make a new intro for Season 2, but I've run out of time, and I'm sorry, so we're just going to run the old one. We're going to be right back, all right?
New intro coming mid-Season 2.
That's right. Welcome to the Grouch Couch.
And welcome back to the Tall Tale Tavern.
Now that we're all introduced, we know how the game works. We allow our guests here to, give us a quest idea. And I think a little bit of backstory here. Juno and Dumford, you guys have a connection. Do you guys want to describe that a little bit before we talk about the quest, maybe?
Yeah, that's my stepdad.
Yeah,
that's my daddy.
Yeah, it was one of my wives. I don't know. It was either freaking. Was it? It wasn't Eileen. It wasn't Patty.
No.
Which one was it?
It was Tammy Lynn from the trailer park.
Yeah, Tammy Lynn. That's right. When that tornado thing happened, yeah, she used to do this thing with her tongue. It was awesome.
I don't like to hear these types of things, Daddy. I don't like it.
Tammy Lynn was pretty good.
And this is your favorite stepdad?
Well, he's the most reliable stepdad, I think.
Oh, how unfortunate. All right.
Yeah,
we got to find you some better role models.
Yeah, listen.
I'm right here. I can frickin' hear you.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, well, maybe
No,
take a self-help course. I know Cookie the Kobold holds them at the tavern. Maybe sign up for one or two of those.
I've been learning to read on the self-help books, but I only get the ones that have pictures on them. So,
You know, that's a great way to start.
yeah, I'm trying. At least I'm putting the effort right on in. So
There you go. All right, so your quest today, Juno, these guys are on with you guys. Can you describe it a little bit for us?
yeah, Dumford, you never signed them divorce papers from my mama. You're still legally married, and she wants to, dissolve that marriage. Unfortunately,
What are you?
So
No, that can't be. That's not true. My lawyer sent them over. It should have been all set like 20 years ago.
no, they weren't sent. They're actually missing in some sort of place. I'm not sure where, but we gotta go find them. And you gotta sign them. Mama wants the alimony.
Oh yeah, there's some that's some good incentive right there. I'm totally gonna do it now.
Well, that's why she sent me. She's stuck on the couch again.
Oh, there's a big frickin' shock.
Just sort of wallowing around. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she sent me instead.
Oh,
and
geez, where to start? God damn. Anyway, time to find whatever. Let's just get this over with.
So you guys are on the quest to find these divorce papers. Now, somehow they got lost in the mail, all right? There's a druid arachnid mail delivery service, and somehow they lost them. And so on your guys' quest, as voted for by chat, you guys have found yourselves in some flooded catacombs looking for these divorce papers. All right. So I'm going to set the scene for you guys. Well, actually, first, we're not going to do an improv game for the first round, everybody, this here season. We're actually going to let these guys warm up a little bit before we drop our improv game. So we're going to start that the second round. But for this first round, I still need everybody to roll me initiative to see who is going to go first. Bones got a 10. Dumford got a 12. 16. Very good. And Kate got a 13. All right, so Dumford's going first, and then we're going Kate, and then Juno. Dumford, Violet, Juno. So, to set the scene, you three heroes push open a heavy rotted door and step down into the flooded catacomb. The cold water starts lapping around your ankle. You can see there are some cracked stone coffins just from the wall at odd angles, half of them submerged and leaking some foul-smelling gases. There are also some pale fish that dart through the murky water, their scales glowing faintly in the dark like stars in the sky. And moss and mold cling to the ceilings and the walls, forming weird twisted faces that you might assume are actually watching you. Maybe. Up ahead, seems there's all different kinds of passages, and every one of you guys roll me a perception check. If you succeed, I'll give you one more detail. DC, heavy rotted door with my stripper name during the Great Depression. Nice, Abstracto.
Hey, Abstracto. I didn't even have to look at chat to see you said that.
Oh, I don't got a 2.
Nope, nobody has succeeded. So what I will give you is, sounds like for a second there's a faint weeping that echoes throughout the catacomb. All right, now we start with Slade. Now here's the way that the show works, everybody. Exciting stuff. There are 3 steps to every player's turn. You can react to what's already happened and what's been said and what's around you. Then you get to add up to 3 elements to the scene. It can be literally anything to move anything forward, and then you can take an action. And if you don't have an idea for an action, you can actually make a general adventuring move and just roll a d20. So react, add, action. What do you do, Dumford?
So I'm just going to listen because I don't really feel like listening to somebody crying and all that crap. So
Nikki 2291 used to reroll Juno.
Keep it in your pocket, Juno.
Reroll that perception check.
that might be
There we
handy.
go.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
13. You succeed. So as you look up, there's a few different passages, and you hear this weeping, and then you see a lost spirit float past all the catacombs. Maybe a spirit you think might be bound to these flooded tombs.
All right. So it's like moving around and shit.
Well, you don't see
Or
it.
just
Dumford.
holding in place. Oh, I don't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just gonna sort of start walking towards it and, hey, you okay up there?
Nice, Slade. I really wish I had my voice mod set up, because this is the perfect opportunity for that. That's not it.
Oh, hey, it's freaking music. There's a party up there. Fantastic.
There's always a crying girl at a party. That's for sure.
So you don't have to tell me that. That's how I got 2 of my wives.
Okay, so Slade, as you walk forward, Dumford, as you walk forward, you slosh through the water a little bit, and you say, hey, you good up there? You don't know if there's a response. And what I'm going to have you do, actually, is roll me a persuasion check to see if you can even get this thing to talk to you. And before you do that, though, would you like to add anything to the scene?
Yeah, I would. Because there's like a whole bunch of passages and stuff. And each of them has like a number There's like 1, 5, 3, and 7 across the numbers. And I don't know what the hell that means, but I'm just going to start walking towards the one that has the number 3 on it, because I think that's where it's coming from.
Nice. Okay. I love that. All right. Roll me persuasion. We'll call it a DC 13.
I got a 16 there, kid.
That's a 16. All right, chat. What do we think? Is the spirit happy? Is the spirit sad? Is it aggravated? What do you guys think about this spirit there, chat?
And while the chat's there, I'm just going to keep walking towards it, and, I don't know if they're behind me or not, and, whatever. But I just don't want to hear anybody crying.
Damn it, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
It's not what it
Great.
is. Thanks, Chris.
I mean, did you guys expect anything else? I had that clocked as something that was going to happen immediately. Do you know who's in chat tonight? We got Captastrophe, Abstracto, we got Socks in there. All we need is Gala. Listen, Gala would probably put like orgy going. Like, come on. We knew this is where it was going to go.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. It's been like years since I got one of them. Cool. Fantastic.
Clown. Coloring at it on there. Clown. Okay. Constipated. Very good, chat. I appreciate y'all. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Was that an 11? Okay. So, you float, you walk. This thing floats towards you, all right? You succeeded on your check. It floats back towards you, and it floats above you. And you can see, like, this wispy, like, ripped up kind of sheet effect happening on this thing. And you can't even see its face. It's just covered in this stuff. And as it floats right in front of you, what do you say?
Say, hey, what's going on with you? You got a problem or something? You okay? Besides being dead and all,
I am trapped here.
Yeah, that's how it works usually. Oh, can we do anything for you? Do you want to, like, possess my stepdaughter over there, and you can finally take out the damn garbage?
Is that an offer?
Sure, whatever.
She floats towards Juno. She floats above you.
Now, hold on. You got to get consent from the body itself. You got to get consent from the body itself. Ask Juno nicely.
That's true.
May I possess you?
Yeah, actually, I consent to that.
And then the ghost just goes inside of you, and it's like your brains combined. And on your turn, you can kind of tell us what this ghost is thinking. And I'm not going to say that it takes over your body, but I'm going to say that you guys, like, become one, and you're, like, talking to each other inside your head to still give you some player agency here.
Appreciate that.
Violet, we're on to you now. What happens?
All right, well, with this new turn of events, first of all, I'm immediately going to turn to Juno, and I'm going to be like, Juno, honey, are you all right? What's going on in there?
Well, I reckon I'm fine. I feel all right, I think. I think I'm okay.
All right.
Nice.
And
Will
does
you
your...
make me a constitution check, Juno?
I would certainly love to. Roll 2.
That's a 2. Your right arm, you no longer have control of it. It just, like, goes up, and it's like, it starts, like, touching stuff, and you can hear in your mind, it's like, it's been so long since I felt the texture of a wall.
Reroll Juno.
Oh, well, you might get a second shot.
Let's find out. 13.
That's a 13. All right, so it's just a finger now. One single finger. You no longer have control of it.
Danny's not here anymore.
Now, your new live-in roommate, how are they settling in? You feel all right? Like everything's okay?
Everything seems totally normal whatsoever. I'm not going to keep talking through this finger or anything like that. That's perfectly normal behavior.
No, that's fine. Now, Finger, who's controlled by our ghosty friend. If you want to say yes, do this. If you want to say no, you put the finger down, all right? We're going to communicate. That way you don't feel frustrated. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Is that a maybe?
I think that's what that means. Yeah.
All right. Now we got, okay, yes, we comprehend. Excellent. Now, Juno, do you know what its name is? Can you hear it at all on the inside?
I'm thinking real hard.
Chat. That's your cue, chat.
I'm thinking
Hey,
real
chat,
hard.
you want to name the ghost?
Yeah, use a suggestion. Name the ghost.
If the chat doesn't name the ghost, then I'm going to name the ghost and nobody wants that. I assure you.
Listen, if Violet names it, it's going to end up DJ Sparklehammer.
No, worse. I feel the name coming to me, actually. I feel it. It's Crankshaft.
That's pretty good. And shall we got Chuckles, Agatha, Ika Lufa, Sir Henry John Bacon, Boo, Come Tummy.
Actually, just kidding. It's Tummy. He just told me that. That's so crazy.
Come to me, all right. You know, I known a great many to come to me, so that's, you know what? We're gonna have a great time.
I reckon so.
Seems like a common
All
name.
right.
I've known a few of them too.
Now, as I look out into the cavern that we have ended up in, I'm seeing that this place, as you see it was God. You said it was flooded.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, across the way, maybe about 50 freedom units across, is a little, what looks like an island that's got a glowing stone on it, and it's just kind of pulsating. It's making a whirring sound. It doesn't sound like, now that the crying stopped, all you can kind of hear is a wow wow sound happening.
Is this like up the number 3 catacomb way, or like
You know what? Why not? Let's say that.
just to keep adding onto Slade's story there?
Yeah,
It's like, we
we're-
got a penguin
they-
or a panda.
I have
in
no
your
idea
face.
where that came from. Why is that stuck on my face?
Why does that panda have 3 eyes? That's the real question.
That's a great question, actually.
I have no idea what the hell was going on there.
You know, I've met some three-eyed panda bears in the Feywild, but I ain't seen any in the catacombs before.
Maybe it's law. Poor
Maybe.
thing.
All kinds
Okay,
of weird
so-
shit happens with my magic. It's this wild magic shit. It just happens. Like, you just roll with it.
You know what? That's fair. So this stone, because you just gave me a great idea. This stone is pulsating, and what happens is a giant 3-eyed panda bear appears as this like hologram apparition out of the stone. That's
another
right.
spirit.
It's another spirit. Turns out this place is infested.
Apparently. Okay. Now, what is your action?
My action is going to be to, first of all, ask the spirit, do you know this panda bear? Yes. Okay. Are they malevolent or benevolent? Yes for malevolent. Okay, so they're bad. They're bad? Excellent. All right. Will force stop this panda bear? No. All right. Will reasoning with it stop the panda bear? We can reason with the panda bear. Well, you know what? I find myself great at reasoning. Have you guys met Dr. Hops? We used to talk him down from his divination crystal highs all the time. Let me tell you what. Nothing like a good song. But so I'm going to approach the panda bear and be like, hello, great panda.
What brings you to my haunted catacombs?
Well, we hear this is the first stop in bureaucracy on trying to get divorce papers signed and filed away.
Yes, it is. In my age of young panda bearness, I was a divorce lawyer.
You were a divorce lawyer. Oh,
Yes.
excellent. How did you practice?
Oh, must have been a millennia.
Okay, so you wouldn't know the case of, what was it, Lily Mae? Was her name? No, Tammy
It was
Mae.
Tammy Lynn. It was
Tammy
freaking
Lynn, that's what it was. Sorry. It was one of those 2 names, Tammy Lynn and Dumford then. You wouldn't know that marriage at all, would you?
I have no idea. But if
All
you
right.
want to pack Catacomb 3 to the following catacomb of bureaucracy, you must answer me riddles 3.
I'll do my very best, good panda bear.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Panda Bear, I'm terribly sorry. I don't even know your name. Can I have your name, please?
My name is Pooh, spelled P-O-O to avoid copyright. Totally different
well, it's
intellectual
okay.
property.
Thank you for letting me have your name.
No, I am not Faye. This does not work on me.
Oh, you think it does? Say your name again. Go for it.
How does this work? It's a new thing. Hold on.
All right.
I'll add first. I got it. We're good. First riddle. All 3 of you may answer even the spirit
Oh, you
stuff.
say they were questions, not riddles.
Riddles 3. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? And I'm scrolling up chat so y'all can't read it.
Can you say it again?
I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
Dude, it's a freaking map.
Correct! 1 point for the dwarf.
I
I
don't think
know
none
this
of us is
point
good at
system.
riddles.
Yeah.
Riddle
That's how we
2.
spend the time in the bar half the time of winter. It's perfect. It's fine.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
Toilet paper.
Incorrect. What could guess?
Along the lines, it could be just taking a dump. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Trick.
I don't reckon I know this. Because, my stepdaddy wasn't around to teach me anything about nothing. So,
That's
Tammy-
not true. I was all over the place, man. Oh,
Yeah,
you mean one
But
of the
did
other
you love her?
stepdads.
Yeah.
Hey, I put a roof overhead. I got her food.
That's not the same as listen.
Close enough.
No, listen.
When I wasn't at the track, I was hanging out there. It was fine. We watched TV together. We saw the little puppet guys in the box.
Yeah, but then you would get drunk and pass out.
Yeah, well, you know.
You never taught me nothing.
Yeah, sure I did. You just don't know it yet. I taught you life lessons, kid. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, see, my daddy tried to play this card with me that he was giving me life lessons by selling me off to the Feywild, and that, let me tell you what, that is not a life lesson to make your kid. Nah, that ain't it.
That's wrong, actually. I feel like that's wrong.
Unsubscribed. I've learned life lessons from all y'all.
Yeah, you turned out okay, though.
B-Town, I've missed y'all.
B-Town.
We've missed life lessons from you too, dude. 35 months. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining us. B-Town.
B-Town.
By the way, do you want me to answer the riddle or what?
Yeah, I want you to answer the damn riddle.
Yeah, the footsteps, kid.
Correct,
like when you're carrying
dwarf.
on the back, it's like, that's when I carried you. Like I carried you there, kid.
Like the time that I carried you out from the bar and then drove you back
I have
to
no
Mama.
recollection of that happening.
Yeah, because you were blacked out drunk.
All right, you two. Give 6 feet of space. We're back to plague rules. 6 feet of space between y'all. Come on.
Riddle
Let's
3.
cool off.
I'm always hungry, I must be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red, what am I?
I know this one. This is pretty good.
Ah,
Go on.
me as
answer.
well. You let them have a try. Teach
Yeah,
your
I
daughter
wanna see if-
something.
see if the kids learn
no.
some lesson here.
Help guide your stepdaughter to understand this riddle.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
You should guide me.
so what do you have to keep feeding? What did I tell you to have to keep feeding in the parlor?
The fire.
Wait, to keep, okay. Oh, there you go.
Is it
Go
a
ahead.
fire?
Correct. Thou may
kid.
pass. But
Told you I
first,
taught you
Oh,
something.
I'm glad that you did it because I was going to say ego.
I thought about I am goldfish as my first answer.
Oh, that's fair.
Sure.
You know?
Well, thank you, Mr. Panda Bear.
You are welcome.
Have
You
fun
three.
finding a new name.
are on the quest. You're on the quest to find divorce paper, and I wish you luck, for you are on the right trail. And odds of 50. Somebody roll me a D100.
All right. I'm going to let Bones do it because, we're going to let Juno do it. She needs a win.
Yeah. Odds of 50.
Was that 31?
13.
13. Very good. He goes, to help guide your way. And he holds out his hand, and in his hand, chat, give me a random object.
All right. Crystal dildos,
None of that.
mustache trimmers,
Yeah, maybe.
industrial strength hair dryers.
Yuki
Brazilian
with
wax.
the innocent response. A teddy bear.
Oh.
He says, squeeze the teddy bear talk, and it will guide the way. Very good, Yuki.
Squeeze. I'm squeezing it. Squeezing.
So you're
Hold on,
you're a
can I
divorce
see it
lawyer?
real quick? Can I see it?
Yeah.
This is the weirdest teddy bear I've ever seen.
I think he's quite darling.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
All right, well, you can have that back.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna name him something. I'm gonna name him Hambone.
Very good.
Ham bone. I love.
Hey there, kid. You got a card or something? I might be needing your services if this doesn't work out. I need a new lawyer. My old one sucked.
I mean, he gotta figure out what his name is first before he can take on any more clients.
Let me get you some effects here. So this teddy bear, as you squeeze it, it looks like its button eyes actually occasionally blink with faint golden light, and they seem to point its eyes in directions. And every so often, the bear's stubby arms twitch and point unmistakably towards paths that could be hidden by collapsed debris. And
You're
despite
horrifying.
how old this teddy bear is, its fabric is still warm to the touch.
Hambone, are you alive in there?
Ham
What's your finger say?
I think so.
Fingers.
I think he's alive.
Finger. Finger, is it possessed? Is tummy, is it a possessed bear? Yes, all right.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's right.
wrong. I think he's confused.
Oh, you don't know? All right.
That's all right, but I'm my intuition as a ranger, as a hunchwoman, as a daughter says that he might be alive.
might be alive. You're gonna name your teddy bear? You can add teddy
his
bear
name's
to your
Hambone.
character sheet. His name is Hambone.
His name's
Hell
Hambone. Hambone the teddy bear.
yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. You guys step out of this Area 3 area and into the next tunnel, and after that it opens up real nice and wide. But before I continue on, I believe it's Bones' turn. Finally. It's been a long first round. You can react to what already just happened. You can add up to 3 things to the scene and then take an action. So as we step out into this next area, what do we see?
I think that we see something horrible. Yeah, horrible. I think there's a bunch of worms everywhere.
Oh.
Just worms. Just all sorts of worms. Tapeworms, pinworms, earthworms.
Ringworms.
Brain worms. Just worms. Just everywhere. It's kind of gross, but also the sound is oddly soothing.
The sound of worms is oddly soothing. Boom, 2025.
Like that. That's what it sounds like. That's so gummy worms, earthworm gems in there.
There's a couple of like what are those called? Mind flayer worm.
Mind flayer worm. All sorts of
tadpoles.
worms.
And I got one of them glowworm things, the little things that just people ride on and shit.
Yeah,
Catastrophe. I love you so much. Brainworms, welcome to the RFK campaign.
I think it's just worms. Just worms everywhere.
Okay, with all these worms standing there, teddy bear in hand, what do you do? What's your action?
I think I start dead sprinting through the worms in whichever direction the teddy bear is guiding me in kicking worms out of my way.
Very
Get
good.
out of here, worms. Be gone.
Let's do an athletics, but at disadvantage because you're running through worms. It's a weird statement there.
Okay.
And beat a 12
I did with both.
with both. Gall darn. A 16 and a 14. So you three step into this room. You see all these worms, and Juno just fucking takes off, dude. Just runs stomping on all these worms. They're like jumping all over the place and getting everywhere, and they're so flying through the air. They start to glow and all other kinds of shit. And then you get to the other side, leaving your two friends behind this giant. I feel like it's a pit. It's a giant pit of worms.
Can I shout back to them?
Yes.
Hey, that was really gross. The sensation was unpleasant. That's all I told them.
How wide would you say this pit of worms is?
50 feet.
Oh God, I don't know grapple rules. Cause I was gonna offer, cause he's a dwarf. Like if you're not opposed to being hoofed to the other side, I could probably toss you across.
I don't know if you can get me all the way over there, but you can get me about halfway. I'll be fine.
All right.
As you heard it, the sensation was very unpleasant, so be careful.
Gross.
It's not even dangerous, it's just unpleasant.
Just a little bit yucky.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I got the tiny little legs here. That's gonna get all up in my junk. Nah, I don't want that. Just let.
Fair. Yeah, I'd like to try and hoof Dumford to the other side.
Okay, strength check.
All right, strength, not dex.
Well, yeah, you're throwing him. This is strength.
I mean, but it's also like aiming things. It's a dex.
Just don't tell the elf.
Well, you get him about
good
halfway.
God.
Throw him halfway.
All right.
across
All
this
right.
thing.
So just before I hit the ground, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna shit. Didn't make it all the way over.
Gross.
And that's when I cast Misty Step and get the rest of the way there. That's 25 feet, buddy.
Nice, buddy. So I'm talking about, do you have to roll on a chaos magic chart, wild magic chart?
Yes. Well, no, I gotta roll a d20, and if I get a 1 or a 20, I gotta roll on the wild magic chart.
Nice. All right.
17. Nothing happens there, kid.
Nothing
We're good.
happens. All right. But you
Fucking
misty
peachy.
step and just appear next to Juno.
And a big cloud of suds and everything. Yeah, I appear next to Juno there. Hey, kid.
Papa,
Yeah, you didn't have to go through all that crap, but
I think that it built character for me, don't you? Don't you agree?
of course it did. Adversity.
Walking through worms.
Someone
Worm
might be
walk.
good for getting some fishing, though. You want to go for flounder, lady? We'll go get a couple of. We'll go fishing.
Wait, what? Are you going to take me fishing?
Sure. Let's get these papers signed. We'll go do some fishing.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah, and I think Agatha is as well.
Cummy
Or
tummy.
Tommy, whichever one it is. Who's to say, really?
Okay, before we start our second round and do our improv game, we gotta allow Violet to get over this giant pit of worms. How you do this?
Now, I mean, I'm gonna favor it maybe, and maybe God, you'll let me do it. Can I divine smite the pit of worms?
What are you trying to accomplish is my first question.
Burn all the worms?
All of them? Do you think the worms
the
are
worms
evil?
No, I
think the
just don't
worms
want
are
to step on them.
They're evil, ghastly worms.
Listen, as an
From the
infernal
seven
creature,
hells of... Yeah.
as an infernal creature, I can sense this sort of thing. And, you know, God, Mr. God in my ear is saying, hey, this ain't it, fam. Like, he's whispering sweet nothings, being like, this ain't it.
It's wrong.
Yeah,
Look,
you know,
you can try,
paladin
but
of
it's gonna
vengeance.
take some dice rolls to make that happen.
All right.
First of all, you don't gotta roll to hit the worms. It's a giant pit of worms, all right? But you're gonna swing down. You have a Vorpal sword, don't you?
Well, Well, someone seems to have taken it off of my inventory list
Oh.
when they transferred things over.
Maybe it just didn't, Foundry didn't want it.
A part of the couch, a part of the crew.
Tavern Talks subscribed.
Fishy!
Tavern
Cheers,
Talks.
Bugs.
Hey, Fishy.
Yes. Okay, if you roll to hit and get a natural 20, then you can smite all these worms into oblivion with your okay? Because you have the Vorpal sword. So you gotta get a natural.
Okay.
Can I?
I
Can
gotta get a
give-
net 20.
Can Violet get some aid from her new pal Juno?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
think
besties.
we're besties now. I think I'm gonna start almost like speaking in tongues to pray to help her with this task.
To help her what? Say it.
To help her divine smite all these dang old worms.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, catastrophe. You know, well aware that I got paid money for all the fried worms that I ate in grade school.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
We know
Moving
our
on.
words.
Yeah.
That scans.
that's real life. That's real life Kate lore.
Okay. Roll it and get a natural 20.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Roll it.
And you know what? Because of if you act out the in tongues thing, I'll give Violet advantage. So you have 2 chances.
Oh! You son of a bitch, Foundry. Hold on. Foundry just kicked me.
That's okay.
Hold
That's
on,
more
I
time
gotta-
for us to speak in tongues together.
Oh yes. Oh, Bobby, please give my dear friend Violet some good advantage.
Yeah, you fuck them
You
up,
better
Violet.
do it. You better get it.
Fucking
Come
do it.
on. Come on.
Slap them bitches around. Come on.
Oh, wait. I would love to try.
On
I would
Dylan's
love
heart
to try.
in his soul. Come on, give us some advantage and do real good like and smite these worms to smite to death. And
Foundry, you son of a bitch. Let me in.
Is the real word that we're supposed to be using is smoked.
Smoked.
It's past tense of smite.
Smite it. Listen, I'm a paladin. You know, I say it how it comes.
I believe that is so valid.
All right, we're just going to close it out and try to reopen it entirely because, goddamn.
There you go. I can resend you a link. You can open it in a browser source.
Well, I got it open in a browser source right here, but it's just, I'd share my screen, but that mess everything up. Like, I can see the gray Foundry, and it's got the little anchor in the side. The rest of the screen's just gray.
Nice. Yeah, just give it a minute. Sometimes it takes a sec.
It's bad.
Oh, wait, and I got a little mage hand out, and I'm just like pushing some and going through some, trying to find some good bait worms.
Hell yeah, dude.
You got good.
Make me
You got good
Perception
mage
check.
hand out?
Find some good
Mage
bait
hand?
worms.
Mage hand it? Oh, baiting worms. Let me tell you about my baiting worms.
I'm worm baiting.
Oh, man,
Me
I
too.
found some fucking beautiful worms, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Some good baiting worms with your mage hand.
Yeah. I just picked them
Valid
up and I'm just
paladin
carrying them
comes with my
around,
stripper name
carrying the
on it.
worms around, you know,
Yeah.
little mage hand floating.
That's a good gif. I'll make it later. Someone clip that for me.
No problem.
All
My
right.
baiting hand.
Violet, the
Oh,
tiefling
oh.
paladin.
Yeah, I'm
You're
working
in.
on it. I'm almost there. I'm in. Hold on. It's gonna.
Now you see here,
excited.
Juno, these are good worms because you can put them right on the hook, and you do a little loop with them, and the fish fucking love them. They eat them up.
Oh, this is probably a good time for this, actually. Everybody, if you aren't already following our friend here. Oh, we got a 19 and an 8 with the sword of vengeance.
I think that's good enough.
That ain't a 20.
Listen, chat, you know what to do. I got a 19. I got a 19. You know what to do.
Are players allowed to participate in chat-like activities?
Usually you ain't have to, but we allow the guests to sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Little Bones 309 used to roll Violet.
Oh, that's not what we wanted, but I'll take it. Oh, there's the plus one,
do you
but I gotta
mean?
re-roll it now. It's okay.
Look,
It's okay.
there's a good suggestion there as well, I think.
That's a natural 20, baby!
That was 20!
Oh, shit! And you can't give a dice on the give a dice, Grandma, so that means it's solidified. Can you believe that? Okay, look. Do I need to describe what happens, or do you want to? I mean, like, that was...
Oh.
First of
No,
all,
listen,
cheers,
me and
everybody!
the power of my God.
It took us 10 minutes, but we got there, baby! Cheers, you guys. Oh, man.
All right.
Yes.
So I whip out the Vorpal sword.
Yes.
And just for giggles, pull out the Sword of Vengeance at the same time, because he's still a good guy. He's kind of calmed down a bit. And I'm like, all right, by the power of the god of the Femms, smite these unholy, wriggly creatures. And I'm going to clang my swords together and just wrench my arms down to the pit, and a big infernal blue and green flame is just gonna go
From
and
the
you're just
seven
gonna
hells
hear-
from which you came, you tiefling. You summon it.
Yeah, and you're just gonna hear snap and crackle and popping sounds, and it's just gonna you hear gooey things just popping like popcorn in there,
like putting
and
a
then
banana
it just
in a
slowly,
microwave.
and then it just slowly simmers down as all of them fade away, and then I just walk across.
I feel like Black Sabbath is playing in the background right now because that was pretty badass.
Bells, bells, baby.
Fucking
Yeah.
badass. You just killed 1,000,000 different kinds of worms using the flame from the seven hells of Avernus. You know, I hope it feels good.
Have you ever seen a tiefling with hookworm? It ain't the way.
It's wrong. That's wrong right there. You're
How
so
do you get them in
you're
like
so
your hoods
right.
and stuff?
A part of the couch, a part of the crew.
These are dead.
Subscribed Wawa.
Cheers, brother.
Amazing.
Yeah, dude, 23 months, man. Almost to 2 years.
And you
Man.
know what? I like that suggestion, Valorant. Across the galaxy, a Jedi feels 1,000 tiny voices screaming fear and goes silent as the worms die.
Pretty good. Okay.
Incredible.
We're going to do one more round here before we take our first break. We're going to do us a nice little improv game round as you guys have accomplished and finished 3 rooms here of the catacombs. You're still on the quest to find these divorce papers. Are they in the catacombs? Are they on the outside of the catacombs? We don't know. All right, but what we're going to do is we're going to re-roll initiative, and we're going to roll us an improv game that we're going to play on for this next scene. So everybody go on ahead and hit your initiative rolls for me.
Wow.
I got 21.
Nice.
I got my mort dice. I found the mort dice.
I got 17.
Nice. Okay.
I got a
so
1.
going
Gives me a 3.
Violet, Juno, and then Dumford is there on the end, right? And I'm gonna use my lovely dice tower, everybody. It's cool. As dice tower! Can we get some towers of doom in chat, please? Here we go. There it goes. What do we got? An 18! Yes or no is our improv game, which is yes or no. One player is designated as the oracle for this round. They can only say yes or no, and everyone else can ask this player questions and receive canon answers. This does kind of take away your turn, but the other two get to move things forward and ask you questions instead of me, and all you can say is yes or no. Does anyone want to be the oracle, or are we all gonna roll a dice and high roll win?
Roll it.
Roll it, because Dumford wants to be it
Unless-
too. So everybody roll me a d20. High roll win. 18 for Bones. Natural 1 for Jim.
2 ones in a row. I found my dice.
Sad Jim. All right, so it looks like Bones wins, and actually I like this a lot because the spirit inside of you could be the one answering these questions. It takes over your body for this round. And up is yes, I guess down is no. So these two get to ask questions to that. So now the new initiative is actually just Violet and then Dumford. And I'm going to explain what you guys see as you step into this final chamber of the flooded catacombs, all right? You 3 heroes wade into the final chamber of the flooded catacombs, where the water, it rises up like waist deep, and the air grows colder with each breath.
Wait,
you guys step in
waist
here.
deep to who?
Dumford, waist deep. You
All right.
knee deep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was gonna say, so it's like ankles. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There is a crumbling stone altar that stands at the center of the room that's covered in barnacles and is half swallowed by the black water. There are strange glowing runes that swirl across the ceiling, casting rippling reflections that dance like spirits on the wall. And floating around the altar are shattered bones and rusted weapons, moving ever so slightly if stirred by a current. And we're starting with Violet. Yes or no questions for Bones.
All right.
What size are the bones?
Oh, I mean that is a great question, but that's not a yes or no question. Are the swords floating? Like ethereally off the ground, or are they like swishing around in the water
asking
and just
Bones,
kind of
not
poking
me.
through?
You're asking
I am
yeah.
asking Bones. Okay, it's a yes. All right. And if I approach it, will anything terrible happen to me? All right, still yes. All right. If Dumford approaches it, is it fine if we sacrifice him? Oh no, all right.
At least the ghost likes me.
All right, so yeah, I guess, is it okay? Okay, so ghost finger, is it okay that I'm gonna go across the room and I'm just gonna poke it with a sword?
Remember, before you take your action, you can add 3 things.
Oh, well, I don't have to ask if I can add them.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, all right. The room you described it so beautifully, so I have trouble knowing what to add. You did too good of a job, Turkey.
Well, I'm trying something new.
Oh, well, it worked really well. I want you to know that. So as I wade closer, I look into the water, and there's just little fishes. There's little glowing fishes, but they're ghostly. I noticed one that's like about the size of like a hollering catfish, just goes straight through like my kneecaps. And as I look, I notice that these fish kind of like going around in the water have like words and such instead of where it would be like scales, where you'd expect scales to be. It's actually like little letters and stuff like that, all swishing through the water, and they're what's creating the whirlpool.
Very cool. I like that a lot. The best part about medieval fantasy for me is the fantasy part. So very good. Now what is your action?
I'm gonna take the sword of vengeance and poke one of the swords that's swishing by.
Nice. Why don't you make me a general adventuring move to see how well that goes?
All right, and that's just a D20.
Above 10 is something good happens. Below 10, something bad.
14.
All right. Something good? Would you like me to describe?
You know what? Yeah, I'll let you describe what happens.
All right. You go to Pork the
I'm having
sword.
trouble breathing.
Pork? I said pork. You go to Pork the sword with your sword.
Oh, I'm gonna pork the sword.
Yes.
Let me tell you what.
And as you pork the
Listen,
sword,
there's something that's-
3 of the other ethereal swords that are all floating around in here shoot down to the ground, and the ghostly bits of the swords go through the bricks, and then the room begins to drain. That's what I've got for you. All right, Dumford, yes or no questions for Juno?
The first question is, are the fish still swimming there? The little ghost fish? They're not. Okay. Well, that's good, because they were kind of creeping me out, you know?
Or fishies.
Second part, is there anything, can you see anything up on, is the altar flat, or can you see things on it? Like, the yeses, you can see things. Yeah, you can see things. That's cool. Are there still swords around that if I bump them, I'm going to get stabbed by the other things again? All right, fantastic. That's freaking cool.
I'm going to tell you, podcast listeners are fucking tripping out right now. Sorry about it, guys. Fuck, watch the show on YouTube. Yeah. Oof.
The ghost was talking, not Juno.
We'll dub in a ghost voice later.
Yeah. It's just me. I'm like, yes, no.
Yes.
All right, so what do?
Last question. The last question here. Are you going to stay in there permanently, or are you going to be able to get out sometime? Yeah, that's cool. I was just curious. All right.
I think Juno has character development.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So, and I'm taking a look around, and I go to see, and yeah, there are some things up on the altar. It looks like a little box and some sort of like, it might have been like a Chianti bottle type of thing. It's got like the ropes and stuff on it, but I can't really tell what's in it. And 2 candlesticks. The candlesticks are out though. They don't have the candles ain't lit. It's probably because it's so freaking wet in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna use my prestidigitation, and I'm gonna clean the way in front of me as I'm walking, so I don't slip and stuff, and none of them fish freaking things are in my way, like they're ghost bodies. And I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna take a look and see what's on that altar.
There's a part of me that wants to be like, prestidigitation can't clean the floor. What do you have? But whatever, dude. It's improv quest. You can't tell me how to make believe wrong. So, very good.
Oh, do I need to read you the description of the freaking spell there,
No,
buddy?
but that's why I was like, I don't know for sure, and that's why I'm not going to bet on that. You know what I mean?
So you're concerned you clean floors with prestige.
Dude, I will bet. I'm happy to bet, man. That's how I got in this freaking mess in the
I know how much
first
you
place.
like to bet, Dumford, but I'm not betting you today, all right?
Don't tell Juno I won Tammy Lynn in a dice game. It was pretty freaking cool. But anyway,
Hail?
yeah, I'm just gonna sort of walk over there and see what's going on, and But I figure, how far away is it?
Yeah, I don't know, like 20 feet. You can walk right over
Cool.
there. Yeah.
That's gonna be like 3 or 4 times I'm casting this spell. And I know it's not a spell slot spell, but fuck it, it's Improv Quest.
Because you want wild magic to happen. Okay, that's a 10.
There's a 10.
One more time. That's a 5. One more time. That's a 5. One more time. That's a
What the fuck
3
with the
5s in a
fives?
row. That's crazy.
All right.
And that's a 14.
Knit it across.
All right. Chat, can we get rerolls 5 times, please? So we can try for wild magic. That'd be sick.
I wonder
dude.
if that could be possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. But if not, once you get there, what do?
I'm gonna take a look, and I'm gonna see if I can open the box, because I can't tell what's in the box. Let me open the box.
What's in the back?
I feel like that's a 15. The box has a tiny little lock on.
Mobile was taken. Soikosephus used reroll wild magic.
Hey, Moby, thank you. Oh, that was on a 20 for a second, but then fell on an 8.
Yeah, it did.
All right.
I got a tiny lock on it. It's not a problem. I just hit it with the butt of my sword.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's altogether possible. Yeah.
Always with the butt of the sword.
Well, yeah. I want to keep the sharp part sharp. I love my babies.
All right.
All right, before you
Kunky.
end your turn or take your action, any final questions for Juno before this improv game ends?
Are the divorce papers here?
The ghost takes a minute to answer because ghost gotta think about that. That's a very good question.
No.
Dang. The journey continues.
If I open this box, is it a good thing?
Yes. I think that we should open it, honestly. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion outside of the
Fantastic.
that's possessing my body.
That wasn't me totally backing the DM in a corner.
No worries. Slade, what's your final action?
My final action is I'm not good at this. Kind of suck at it actually, but I'm gonna try and take my little needles out. And I'm gonna try and kick the lock. Cause what the fuck?
All right.
I saw this one guy do it one time. He was freaking great. He had these chains and shit, and he picked the lock and got out. It was freaking cool.
All right. Slide a hand check. It's a tiny lock. Beat an 8, Slade. Dumford.
That's
an 8. All right. Dude, you're so impressed with yourself because you've never locked before. And this tiny easy little lock, you're like, oh.
Wowee.
Wowee.
Those guys ain't got shit. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
All right. You pull the lock off and begin to open the box. And on the inside, we'll figure out what it is when we return from our quick 10-minute break, everybody. So don't go anywhere. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, we'll be right back, y'all. Oh, before we go, actually, we need thumbnail poses from everybody, especially new Dumford character. Get some updated ones there we go, Violet Femms, very good. Basically, these are just poses you can get in random things, and we can make memes and use them for thumbnails and other kinds of fun stuff. And if you guys in chat have any ideas for them to pose, throw them out there, and they might pose as those things. But for now, everybody just do us a good pose and thing. Very good. And I also need one of Juno for thumbnail video, for thumbnail of YouTube thing. Juno, you gotta do a special pose. Do a cool person pose. You're a cool guy. I'm a cool guy. Nice. Look up at your camera.
Now look at me.
Perfect. Now look at me.
At the camera.
You're a lion. You're a tiger. You're a monkey.
You're fierce.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. That's right.
Test of time, and welcome back to the Tall Tale Tavern.
Got 30 minutes.
Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the Grouch Couch. Welcome back to Improv Quest. Today is the Season 2 premiere. That's right, of Improv Quest. Tonight we have Little Bones 309 on the channel as our lovely opening guest. Very good. Very good, very good. Happy to have you guys here. Yes. So far tonight, as you guys should know, our heroes started in the that's weird. They started in flooded catacombs, and they're on the search for divorce papers because Big Jim's new character Dumford was married to Little Bones' character Juno's mother, and they're trying to find these papers. And hello, lads. Good to see you guys.
Hey, how you doing? How are
you doing?
How's your mother?
Yeah. So, without any further
Juno.
if everybody could, roll me initiative. We're gonna roll an improv game, and we're gonna get right back into the dang old story. That's what we're gonna do. Who gets to go first?
Got a 3. I rolled another nat 1.
He did.
I rolled 11.
All right. So it looks like Juno gets to go first. And we're going Violet Femms and then Dumford. That's cool. Our improv game, yes. To the Dice Tower. I love this. So cool. I'm out right there on screen. 10. 10 is roll twice.
Oh boy.
Yes. Natural 20 for Object Hero. And that would be an 8. Tall Tale mode and Object Hero. All right. Describe a little. Object Hero. So once I describe the scene, since you're starting us off, Juno, you get to pick one random object nearby or in the scene to become the quote-unquote true hero of this story. Everyone must refer to this item constantly, as if this item has been making all the decisions, or it's what's been leading you guys here, or it's what, has been doing everything since. So, the torch says we go left, and I would never, ever defy the torch, right? Object hero. And 8 is Tall Tale mode, which means every statement that you say must sound like a legendary, unbelievable story. Whether it's about lighting a torch or fighting a dragon, the goal is to out-exaggerate each other in the scene. Like, I unsheathe my blade, forged by the whispers of storm giants, and use it to stir my soup, etc.
I have a question for you, Turk.
I have an answer. Moving on.
When you say an object nearby, like an object in my vicinity personally? Or do you mean an object within the scene itself?
Within the story.
Okay, I see.
So it could be the teddy bear, it could be the box, it could be...
Oh, yes.
Could be. All right. You two heroes stand back and watch as the dwarf, hands trembling, lifts the lid of the small iron-bound box on top of this thing. And a blast of cold, dry air bursts from within, blowing his hair back. And you can see his lips are all flopping as this blows him back. And it carries the scent of ancient tombs and forgotten places. As he opens it, inside, resting atop a bed of black velvet, lies a perfect sheet of paper that hums faintly, and as the box opens fully, the dwarf reaches out to try to touch the paper, and his hand goes right through it, as if this paper itself is ethereal and is contained within this box. The ground below shudders slightly as the box has been opened.
Oh, crap.
And now we move to Juno. React, add, action. Remember, exaggeration mode and object hero.
I believe that paper is speaking to me. Truly, it speaks to me. And I approach that paper, that box there, and I grip it with my wild, filthy, grubby little hands. And I look up to Dumford, my stepdaddy. Technically still legally my stepdaddy since he ain't signed them divorce papers yet. And I look him dead in the eye. They glisten with tears. Can I look at that there paper? Because I feel like it's talking to me. I feel like it's telling me that we gotta go.
I can't even touch it. Look, I'm going to put my hand right through, and it passes through as if it was like a cloudy ghost itself. And my hand gets rimes of frost and things on it as I just pass through and shake it off. I can't even touch the damn thing.
Much like the fish and the swords, the paper as well is ghostly.
I would like to try as an action. I don't know if I can do this as an action. I would like to try to use my ghostly possession to try to reach for this paper myself.
I feel like in other
possible.
TTRPGs, we would have a way to do this, right? But since we're playing fucking 5e, it's like, how would we do this? But if you're willing to work with me, I would allow you to make an Arcana check to push out this spirit, like the hand comes out of you and touches the paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since it's,
go.
well, that's a 19, I'm going to say you succeed. And because you succeeded, I will allow you to explain what happened. That's pretty good.
My grubby little fingers tremble with terror as I reach for this paper. And unlike Dumford, it does not slip through, but instead I thumb the paper with my thumb. And shaking up, I unfurl the great note in which lies before me and go to read it. And then I remembered, in my own personal shame, the dark recesses of my mind. I do not know how to read.
Tavern Talks just redeemed past a cantrip. Gust.
First of all, you said I cannot read, and I think that's hilarious. I'm going to give you a couch coin for that. Is Gust a cantrip? I know it's a Pokemon move that Pidgey does. Gust is a cantrip.
Burst of wind.
Yeah, it is in fact a cantrip.
Okay.
And confirmed. That's really unfortunate. There I'm holding a piece of paper.
It's very good. I'm going to pull it up here, just so we can get a full description. Okay, Gust, cantrip, 1 action, 30 feet. You seize the air and compel it to create one of the following effects. Push one medium or smaller creature 5 feet away. Push an unsecured object that weighs no more than 5 pounds 10 feet away from you. Create a small sensory effect using air, such as causing leaves to rustle, wind to slam, etc. So when you realize that you can't read, from the box itself, that cold air that was coming out of it pushes super hard and blows this thing up into the air, and it begins to float away.
Yeah.
Yes. You did your action, and so now, moving over to Violet.
I see the paper go flying out of Juno's hands, and I'm like, that's it. I don't know what we decided. What's the item that's the true hero? We never decided.
The paper.
It was the paper.
Yeah.
It was the paper. I know that paper is the true key to what we need today. So I leap onto the pedestal, and I use all of my force in my little demon legs, and I leap from one side of the cavern to the other, grappling onto the slippery bricks, and reach out for the paper as it goes towards the ceiling.
Just love the way you said slippery bricks.
Slippery bricks. They're slippery. Let me tell you, I know my way around something slippery.
2 dice rolls. To navigate the slippery bricks, you're going to need to make me an acrobatics. Speed of 12. And then you're going to make me a sleight of hand check to grab this bad boy.
All right, so what was the first one?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. All right.
Slippery bricks.
Slippery brick.
Can we get some slippery bricks in chat, everybody? That's an 11. You go to jump up on these slippery bricks and your boots slip and you fall to the ground, Violet.
Oh, but it was a 21 for grabbing the paper.
Yeah, but you didn't get that far. Slippery bricks.
Shit.
Yeah, sad. Anything you want to add to the scene before we end here?
Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah. All right, so as I go to get onto the bricks,
that's
and
the best
they're
slippery brick.
slick.
Sock puppet? Yes.
Yeah, sock puppet. I shit myself at their wedding.
Okay, what do you do?
No notes. No questions.
Yep.
Okay. I was also maid of honor at that wedding. So as I go to hoist myself, I actually get up onto like the first side of slippery bricks, but now that my boots have been slicked down by the algified wall, as I go to lift up, I slip and I just like face plant into the next wall, just scraping down a bit.
Nice.
That's nice.
Badass. Cool.
Yeah.
Good description. You don't want to add nothing? All right. Dumford.
I mean, I can.
This is all on you. There's an ethereal piece of paper floating above. The tiefling is out.
Hey, I hope you're okay over there.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just my pride.
I'm going to look up and I'm like, well, I couldn't touch it with my freaking hand. What if I do this? And I throw my hand up in the air and you see a glow. Suddenly another hand comes out of it. It's a mage hand. He goes flying up to grab the paper, figuring maybe he's magic enough. I can do that. And I'm going to try and grab the paper because that paper is the only way we're getting out of here. And I got to buy that paper dinner because it's my hero.
Badass.
I didn't know you had one of those sticky, slappy hands attached. That's amazing.
Yeah, you can get them like at the museum shop and stuff, but this one's just magic.
I love those. That's fantastic.
I won one at the fair.
All right.
The Witchlight Carnival.
Away.
Okay, so and
that's a 7. Okay.
It's not too bad. You're going to make me a sleight of hand check as an extension with Mage Hand. It just uses your stats, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sleight of hand, you said?
Yeah.
I don't completely suck at that.
Beat a 12. 18! Oh, dirty 20, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Your mage hand extends out like a sticky hand. There's like... And now I'm imagining like a rubber...
That's what I'm thinking, like the little octopus thing that's swinging its sticks. Yeah.
Love those things.
It goes out and grabs the ethereal page and then slaps it down to the ground and comes back into your hand.
And I'm just going to hold on to it. And I'm just going to go, you and me, paper. We're going to get out of here. I swear it. And I take a look around, and I'm gonna grab that bottle too, because that might be something good in it.
Frog toys.
Frog toys.
And I look, and I talk to the paper. I say, paper, which way are we gonna go? And I listen. And
Paper speaks to you.
Yeah.
The paper says, let it be known throughout these lands and realms that the bond of marriage between Dumford and, what was her name?
Tammy
Lynn. Lady Tammy Lynn of the Elven Court is hereby dissolved by mutual accord and solemn oath. All shared holdings, including the vineyard of Twin Rivers and Mithril Axe Hurtsunder, shall be divided as per attached ledger. Neither party shall call upon the other for manner of honor, vengeance, or ancestral death henceforth, under penalty of censure by both clans. May these two bear witness to the sundering, and may each heart find its own road. Sign here.
That's pretty fucking cool. Fan-fucking-tastic. So I'm gonna reach into my bag. I got one of those little quill things. I see where Violet left some blood on the wall from the face scrape. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, and I'm gonna sign the paper with a little bit of Violet's blood.
I do have black blood, so that does make it much easier. Yeah.
And it kind of steams too on the paper. That's kind of freaking cool.
Thanks.
Wow,
I'm known for being quite steamy.
And then I'm going to write something else at the bottom, but I'm going to tell you what it says later. I'm just going to roll it up.
All right. That ends this round, and I already kind of know what's going to happen next, but I believe our next round may be our final round for the night. So, everybody, roll me initiative.
17.
11. Frog Toy, subscribe with Prime. I missed that. Cheers, Frog. Thanks for
11.
fucking Bezos.
I got a 21.
I dropped my dice. Excuse me. Well, it looks like Violet Femms is going first. Dice, where'd you go? Hello?
He's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone forever. It's never coming back.
Y'all also sometimes step on dice that have gone like Legos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gone forever, huh?
That and minis that fall under the desk, and I can't find them until my foot does.
Minis sound worse than D4s. That's a natural 1, which means change game, everybody. This is very exciting. This is my favorite game.
Oh, no.
Changes as change does. When you say something, I can say change, and then you got to change.
I got catastrophe to twerk with this one at Yellow City Comic Con.
Yeah, when we did the show live. Okay, here we go. As you sign the paper, you press down hard with the quill, and the blood begins to sink in. A low rumble shakes the flooded catacombs all around you. Cracks race across the walls, sending out showers of dust, and loose bones begin splashing into the rising water as it begins to rain. Really, really tiny bones. They're like rat bones. I knew you were going to ask. Coffins along the walls split open as the ceiling begins to crumble, and chunks of ancient masonry falling dangerously close. A deep groaning sound like the wail of something ancient and angry echoes through the halls, growing louder with every single heartbeat. Here is a race against time. You must escape. How do you do it? Starting with Violet Femms. React, add, action.
Wow, we. All right.
Change.
So Dumford's gonna.
Well, I was changing on the WoWie, but
Oh, it was the WoWie. Well, you came in too late. But okay, we're doing WoWie. That's what
Yes.
you're changing.
yes.
Well, gosh darn.
Nice.
Well, gosh darn, this is just a pickle we are in. So I'm gonna scoop up Miss Juno over here and kind of like grab.
Change.
I'm gonna lightly caress Dumford from the back, and I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push us through towards the next chamber that is adjacent to this one that we watched all the water drain into, and we're gonna start running as
Change.
fast as we can. We're gonna start skipping as quickly as possible. There's even though we're in crisis, there ain't no reason there can't be jocularity. Let me tell you what. And then, but as we do, this huge
Change.
rumbling wall, this small plastic beanie baby starts losing all its beads all over the hall, making it really slippery to walk, which means we all gotta do acrobatics check on how well we do. We gotta do animal handling checks on how well we can help this beanie baby.
Okay. Everybody roll at DC 9.
Oh my god.
You all do well and succeed.
I'm really good. Really
Yeah.
good at that. Don't worry, little beanie baby, we'll help you.
Good, because now it's Little Bone's turn. What happens next?
I cradle the beanie baby in my arms.
Change.
And I rattle the beanie baby in my hand violently as we are still continuing to go, as I'm shoving beads back into the beanie baby. Beans. That's why it's called beanie baby. And I'm hauling tail as fast as I possibly can.
Change.
I'm taking a leisurely stroll.
Change.
I'm crawling on my belly like a worm, and I'm slithering around to make my way out of here. And unfortunately,
Make your way. Drink.
Okay, don't tell. You got to tell me twice.
Table rule. You're not allowed to say that around. Dungeon masters say
Okay.
that a lot.
It's crazy. It's almost like I'm a dungeon master.
Who knew?
That's so
Who
crazy. And I'm
Just kidding.
I'm so confused. I'm slithering around onwards, and unfortunately, the ceiling seems to be like it's coming down on us slowly.
You got to get out of this room. Everybody make athletics checks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I couldn't think of.
10. Oh, it's a 13. Dumford actually got a 10. All right. So you wiggle out of there pretty nicely as you're shaking a beanie baby. You're wiggling, doing the worm.
Slithering and
As the roof
shaking.
is coming down like a friggin' episode from Indiana Jones or something. And just at the very end, Dumford, you get like scraped down the back from this roof because you barely make it out. It's like, and just because no one's taken damage yet this episode, you're going to take some damage, Dumford, just because.
That's fucking wonderful.
You're welcome.
Funny.
You take 2 damage.
Are those blood spattered dice?
They are. I like
Hey,
them
it's
a lot.
fantastic. That's how you know they're damage dice.
I use them on my Morkborg series. Check it out on YouTube. Yeah, also damage die. Hell yeah. All right. That ends the Bones turn. Take us home, Dumford.
All right, so Yeah, that thing scraped the shit out of my back, but I gotta keep running because I can see there's like a light at the end of this passageway. Hopefully that's getting out of here. So I look way ahead, and there's a couple of curves, but I can feel cool wind coming, so maybe that's the way out.
Nice.
So I decide, do I want to go right? Do I want to go left? I decide, fuck it, I'll ask the paper. Paper, right or left? Left. Okay, cool.
Change.
So I start running. So I look to the paper and I say, paper. He goes, I don't fucking know. Pick one. And I say, all right, I'm going to go right. Screw it. So I just start running. These blocks are falling around me.
Change.
To some of the so I'm stumbling around almost like I'm drunk after one of my benders. And these blocks, some of the walls start to come in a little bit, and I got to dodge the rocks, and we all have to dodge rocks as they're falling in on the sides.
Nice. So for now we could all do checks. Athletics.
Yes.
Now, dodge rocks, acrobatics if you prefer, but you get to describe how you're dodging the rocks.
Oh yeah, I'm doing acrobatics for
I would
sure.
like to do acrobatics as well.
I got a
I'm
good way
not-
to describe this.
Just for the
I
fun.
got a dirty 20.
I got 21.
He did. Dumford got a 5. Dumford's first episode, he doesn't make it out alive. We get Dumford Jr. for the rest of the series.
Oh, is that your stepbrother?
So I'm running, and I decide I got the brilliant idea. Wait a minute, I'm a dwarf. I'm a little guy. I got a mustache and beard. I'm gonna
Take
go. I'm
11
gonna try
damage.
and punch it. I'm gonna try and punch one of the blocks that's coming down at me. Because I saw that there's one little plumber guy. He was doing that, so I went to try and punch the rock, and
Nice.
I thrust my hand up pretty badly, and that really freaking hurts. So I take 11. You said?
Yeah. Okay,
That
we're still
really freaking hurt.
not out of the woods yet, so we're back at the top with Violet. Violet, what happens next? Take us home.
Well, first off, I'm going to pick up Dumford off the ground, and I'm just going to carry him side saddle.
Change.
I'm going to carry him over my shoulder.
Change.
I'm going to carry him on my back.
Change.
I'm going to take a bit of my dress, rip it up, and I'm going to tie him up to my chest like a baby papusa.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I always make sure to cradle the head, you know. I gotta
gotta support the neck.
Yeah, I gotta support the neck. It's fragile. You know, dwarves don't have much of them. You gotta support it as much as you can.
Yeah, you got it.
Dwarves are known for their fragile body necks and things. Yeah.
I'm saying that all your spinal column is fused with itself. So if it tweaks itself just a little bit, you're down and out for a while.
I think that's more of an age thing than it is a dwarf thing, but
And as I'm tying him up, I'm making sure that our wonderful savior, the ethereal divorce papers are safe and sound between us, laid flat so they don't get damaged. And I quickly swipe down the right side hall, and at the end, we see the 3-eyed panda bear.
Change.
We
that's
see
really good.
a 4.5-legged goat.
Change.
We see
Congratulations, goat.
I'm a smart girl. I know things.
I mean, have you seen the testicles on a goat? They are something to behold. Anyway, at the end of the hall, we see a waterfall.
Okay.
And as we approach it, we realize as everything's crumbling behind us, that the only course is to jump into the waters into the cool waters down below. That's like 150 feet up.
Change.
It's like 2.5 feet down.
Nice.
So I casually step down.
I bumble a little bit in the papoose thing. Hey, watch my neck.
I casually step down, and I'll give a hand to Juno to help her hop down because she's a little bit smaller than me.
I'm a little young.
And once we're in this puddle, we see at the end of this little puddle is a desk with a gnome with a little bun and some glasses and a bunch of filing cabinets, just kind of like made out of coarse aggregate and some like stumps and stuff. And she's just stamping papers.
Okay, I would like Bones to finish us off, so I'm cutting you off. We're letting Bones continue from there.
You didn't stop me before. You just keep going.
No, I'm happy I didn't.
I I recognize this as the notary of the tombs. You know, so you have to have your divorce papers notarized. So I reach betwixt Dumford and Dumford. I don't know who that is. Dumford and Violet, and procure the.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna like pull his hair back so it separates.
Change.
Thank you. Yeah.
What do you pull back?
I pull his hood back so he can. I push him aggressively in the shoulder. There's space between us and the papusa. I'm not untying him yet.
He belongs in there. And I look at Dumford and I say to him, you know, you aren't a great dad, but you were a dad. And that time's come to a close now. And I turn and I begin walking towards the notary with paper in hand. I said, notary, I'm here to notarize this.
Are you the one who had signed said paper?
No, my stepdaddy he's not going to be my stepdaddy after you notarize this. He signed it.
Daddy, you say? The one riding the diaper of the tiefling?
Right, yeah, you got it. Yeah.
He was holding us back.
This child birthed you, dear elf?
No, he was
not a child. Jesus.
He was married to my mama, Tammy Lynn. You might have heard of her, Lady Tammy Lynn.
Oh, yes.
She's been around.
I heard she can't get up off her couch currently.
No, she's stuck on her couch. You could say maybe it's a grouch couch. Who's to say? What is that?
Who's to say?
But so I came here to take my stepdaddy to go get these here divorce papers signed, because she signed her divorce papers. So now he's got to turn his in so they can dissolve their marriage. And I don't have a daddy anymore.
I'll be your daddy.
In Randomonia, to get a divorce finalized, you must fight the giant dragon. Did that happen?
Totally.
Yes, we fought a giant dragon.
Right, I knew it came out because everything's crumbling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Deception checks, the both of you. Collective deception check beat a 16 together. 8?
13.
13. Oh, you got a plus. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a 21. He goes, looks like you did. And no offense, dwarf, just
terrible news. I
small
can't
dwarf
hear y'all presently, just so y'all know.
Compared to an 8-foot-tall tiefling, you know, it's like... You look like
no, it's all right. It's all right. It was just all sorts of shit was happening, and she threw me up in here because I kind of fucked my arm.
All right. Well, he pulls out a stamp, stamps your paper, and then steps off this like platform that raises up to the surface. And he's like, "Pull the lever. You're free to go."
Well, all right. I go to pull that lever.
Before you do,
I go to kick the lever the other way.
Nice. And he's like, been here before, I see.
Yes, I have. My mama's had a few.
Only veteran divorcees know that you must kick the lever.
Clearly, I'm different like that. Yeah, I'm very knowledgeable.
It was the possessed spirit inside you took over your leg.
No, yes. Tommy.
I'm just gonna say over to the clerk. Hey, that's like official and everything now, right? That's binding and lawful and stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. You got to take it to the courts, randomonia courts, you know. But it's good to go now. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Wait.
Should I wait for my turn or tell her what I wrote?
It is time for you to tell what you wrote.
So at the bottom of it, when you take a look, you see where the stamp is, you check, you see where I signed my name. And I said, addendum. Despite dissolving all the marriages, Juno is still my stepdaughter, and I kind of adopt her because she's kind of cool. She's one of the better stepkids I got.
Oh, that's so nice. Yes. Oh.
Cute.
Now that's just lovely.
Because I gotta go we gotta go fishing. I need somebody to go fishing.
That's true.
I suck at it.
Yeah, and who's gonna open your beer cans for your pour ales and such?
That's a good point.
Who's gonna fall asleep on the lake in the boat, and then a spirit rise from entwixt them and haunt the lake while you're fishing?
So true. That's so true. Maybe you can teach the ghosts to fish too. That is so nice.
This platform you guys are standing on, it's slick with moss and ancient carvings, and slowly now gliding upward with the sound of stones scraping stone. And as you ascend, roots and vines dangle from the walls and brush on your fingers and what have you. And dim light seeps down from above with the promise of open air, and water still kind of crashes in randomly. And all below you, of course, but eventually you reach the surface, where you find yourselves on a platform standing next to the main well of the city here in Randomonia. You are free, and as you rise, you look around to see that it's 2 a.m. The moon is high in the sky. And that is where we are going to end our story. But before it completely ends, we're going to go in a circle, and I'm going to allow each one of you guys to talk a little bit about what your character is going to go and do or anything like that. Mostly for Juno, so we can know canon-wise what Juno's going to be doing. But just to show them how it's done, Dumford, what's your plan for the next couple weeks as your character before we see you again?
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the Minute Cleric, and I'm gonna see if I can get my arm looked at, because it's really freaking hurting. So I do that, and then I get some time in. I make sure that the stuff gets sent to Tammy Lynn, because I gotta make sure that's done. I've gotten married 2 times since then, so I gotta make sure that shit's taken care of. And then I'll do some fishing, and I'll take Juno down to the Undercommon Casino, and teach her how to play the roulette and cheat on drow.
Nice. Hell yeah. I love that. All right, Violet, what's up with you?
Well, Violet, I mean, she's actually quite enjoying Randomonica. She actually decided to stick around. She's got the current map of where the carnival is, and she's just kind of taking a break for a bit, going on a little bit of an adventure and sabbatical. So she's making friends with like the locals, found Dr. Hops here. Turns out he's been hiding in Randomonica, running off in the middle of the night. So I've been reminiscing with Dr. Hops, having a grand old time, playing him some of Reiner's old tunes that we got put on cello tape, and playing those. It's just been a good time reminiscing with my old friends. But I do, before I leave, Dumford and Juno, Dumford and Juno, I do give them each a ticket to the carnival with their names inscribed on it for free entry, and a little extra ticket that they don't have to pay for a psychic reading from my wife Teresa.
I got an important question. Which court is this in?
It changes all the time though.
Yeah, okay. As long as it's not winter, as long as it's not the winter court, because I got problems there. I can't go there.
No, we're more of a summer court, summer and spring
fantastic.
court. Yeah, we like it warm. And I got
the
about
Witchlight Carnival.
Yeah, the Witchlight Carnival. They're good people. They're my people. They did have some problems with some clowns a while back, but we got that sorted out and squared away.
Nice. All right. Juno, paint us a picture. You could even go as far as to say, next couple of years, whatever, whenever you think Juno might be back, and then we could actually use your character in canon bits and stuff while we tell our story. So, yeah.
I like this. Yeah. Well, Juno takes some time to spend time with her newly adopted, no longer stepdaddy, just regular dad. That's just her dad now. And they reacquaint themselves after all, whatever time was spent apart and fishing and carnival going and the likes. And then eventually Juno will depart from her dear father, Dumford, and return back to her mother, Tammy Lynn, to make her aware that the marriage between Lady Tammy Lynn, and Dumford is fully dissolved. And I think that Juno goes out after seeing all this divorce happening, and I think she goes on a quest for love. She seeks out herself a husband, one that reminds her a bit like her father, but also not, because that's kind of a weird thing for people to say and do. And yeah, that's what she does. She goes out adventuring for a few years, finds herself a husband perhaps, and maybe she just goes on adventures with him, and then she goes to seek out Dumford once more to find his approval of her new beau.
Fuck yeah. Badass.
You got a freaking job? You got to have a job. That's all I got to say. Whatever.
Nope, he's a crazy homeless man.
Yeah, exactly. She just
Hey,
already.
Jack Hole Jones.
Oh my God.
yeah. Actually, it's so crazy you say that.
There's a
You
spirit
bring
inside of
home
her.
Jack.
She's haunted.
I'm a haunted woman.
Yeah. All right. Good deal. That's very good. And that's where we're going to end our story for tonight. Everybody watching on YouTube, please subscribe first of all. But everybody here that's live, we're going to go into our breakdown for a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about tonight's episode, talk a little bit to Bones about what they thought about the show, and shout them out and everything else like that. If you do want to check any of these guys out, please, if you're on YouTube, down in the description of video, you can click links to them and everything else like that. And what have ye? And if you want to check out the breakdown, you got to come to the live stream. That's right. Every Friday at 6 p.m. PST, we'll be right here. That's it. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes out of costume so we can actually talk to you guys in chat and talk to each other like normal human beings. All right. Yes. I'm going to do this one more time. While we're on our break, make sure you're following Bones. Hey! It's twice. It's like twice in a row. I don't care, everybody. Chaos credits. Just read them. Bones, best you
Cheers,
can.
heroes. Thanks
Cheers,
for supporting
heroes.
the show.
Thanks for supporting the show.
Doris
We got the
Doris.
Stars,
Brothers, a little
Little Bones, Sugar Prodigy, Christmas Dead, Kirkwood Dead,
Spirit on the Wall and Done, Moby, B-Town, Tavern Talks, The Piece of Death, Rock Boys, Tavern Talks, Children
With a rain. That's
Moby,
right.
and
Speaking of
Yuki.
rain, that was freaking awesome. That was great.
Hell yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us. If you haven't already, please remember to hop over and follow Little Bones on their channel because they do indie things and things that you won't see on the front page of Steam, baby. So get over there, make sure to follow them, have some fun with them. Hey, you know what? I'm going to make a promo about it, but on Sunday, we have our Magical College campaign going live as a YouTube exclusive over there on YouTube. Join us for the premiere Sunday at 4 o'clock. And you know what? We'll be back next Friday with our next guest, which I don't know who that is right now, but it'll be great, I'm sure. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Later.
Auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Make good choices. Don't write down your crimes. That's how you get caught.
I've written down all of my crimes.
You're gonna get
We're
caught.
out.